Welcome back to Destructive News, everybody. News, no matter how destructive. And in this video, we have four lovely people and a nice young lady with a glued on hairpiece here with fake baby hairs, call them glue heads, with a bunch of men that have real hair. Very weird, very weird. Women can't grow hair, the men can. These people were arrested in connection to a crime of robbing an ATM. The first gentleman here, by the name of Ladasian Riley, also goes by the name of 213 Jugg. This story is popular if you haven't seen it, but it's popular because this guy raps about stealing and specifically robbing ATMs in other states and then got arrested for robbing ATMs in other states. Let's take a look at the story here. Man who raps about robbing ATMs arrested for robbing ATMs. A man who raps about robbing ATMs was arrested for robbing ATMs. Ladasian Riley, 30 years old, was one of four people arrested in Tennessee on Monday. The Nashville Police Department says the four carried out a plot to rob an ATM technician as he serviced a Bank of America machine. So these guys aren't running down on ATM machines and breaking out tools and beating them up and stealing the money out. They are causing people's lives to shift. And this is what I really, really like reporting on. I like reporting on these crimes and these people involved in these crimes because they're funny. But also I like to shed a light on the often forgotten about victims. The victims who may not have gotten shot, may not have gotten killed, but the victims who will have their lives changed, possibly forever. Let's take a look here. Darius Dugas, 27, Shashrande Dugas, 32, and Christopher Alton, 27, from Houston, Texas, were also arrested. The four were picked up just after they checked out of a motel. Police say two of them approached the victim from behind and told him not to do anything stupid and hand over the money. Detectives were able to determine that one of the getaway vehicles, a Hyundai Elantra, of course, had been rented from Hertz. Using information provided by Hertz, detectives, with the assistance of the aviation units, found the Hyundai and the maroon Jeep that accompanied it parked at the Motel 6 in Dixon. Detective watched as what appeared to be cash was loaded into the Jeep when the Dugas couple and Riley pulled away from the motel in the Jeep as Alton drove away in the Hyundai. Dixon police moved in with the assistance of the Nashville Police Department and the FBI, because when you're stealing money and stuff, the FBI tends to get involved. The vehicles pulled over and four were taken into custody without incident. Police released photos of the cash that was found in the trunk. So they had a Fendi book bag with a bunch of old crusty bills in it. They had another duffel bag with a bunch of money. They were getting it, man. They were really getting it in with this money. The Nashville Police Department released the photos. Okay, the four face federal charges, and the FBI is investigating whether they committed similar robberies elsewhere. Gonna go ahead and spoiler alert you, they probably did. Riley performs under the name 213 Jugg and released music videos on YouTube. His latest song called Make It Home and refers to robbing ATMs. The Houston Police Officers Union mocked him on a Facebook post after his arrest, saying, "Irony. When you make a rap song called Make It Home about bank jugging and hitting ATMs out of state and then don't make it home to Houston." That's funny. That's funny. Jugging is slang for the following unsuspecting victims to rob them. That's not necessarily what it is, though. So jugging, it just depends on your accent. It's actually said without the last G. White people kind of took the term and kind of just really made it basic. That's just kind of what they do. But jugging or jugging is not specifically about following unsuspecting victims and robbing them. Jugging is like hustling, usually involved illegal activity. So what is the latest jug? What's the latest jug? The latest Jugg is, I don't know, stealing gift cards from Target because they activate them for you, whatever it may be. I don't know. I'm just making this up. But that's what it's a very general term. It doesn't have that as a specific meaning as mainstream or white people says it does, and it doesn't have the last G. It's just jugging. The police union also noted that Riley was already out on a felony bond with a long rap sheet. So here we go again with these crimes. I'm sure they involved firearms. I'm sure that the firearms charges were dropped, while the same people say, hey, we need to do something about these guns. We need more gun laws. But the gun laws that we have, they don't charge anybody with them. Well, they do. They'll charge you with them. They'll charge me with them. But the actual criminals, the career criminals, they drop their charges. They always drop their charges. You don't believe me? Guess what? We're going to just keep making videos about the exact thing over and over. And what you're going to do is you're going to get mad. You're going to call me a racist. You're going to say all this dumb stuff that has nothing to do with the very fact that the people that are in control of your cities, of your police departments, of your state, push for more gun control on you and I, while the laws that we currently have get dropped every time. Dropped every time. Dropped. And then cry about we need more gun laws while not charging people with the gun laws that we already have. Darius Jugg should have been in Harris County Jail. Isn't that always the case? As he is pending life in prison for a felon in possession of a firearms charge. As a true habitual offender. Instead, he's free on bond. We'll wait and see if that bond gets revoked or forfeited. Harris County deserves better. That's going to be another crime entirely. I'm going to be following this stuff. Why was Darius Jugg out of jail? Why? And not only was he out of jail, he is facing life. His crime is to the extent that he faces life in prison, and a Harris County judge gave this man a bond to get out of jail, which he then took himself on a tour across the country, putting guns in other people's faces and stealing. Who is the biggest criminal in this story? Is it Darius Jugg, or is it the Harris County judge who was voted in by the people? Stay tuned. We'll dig into that for sure. LaDazion Riley is also a felony bond out of the 182nd for a pending evading arrest in a motor vehicle charge. Shocker. They've all got bonds. Bonds. Low bonds at that. They steal money. Why wouldn't they be able to pay their bonds when they've got trunks full of money from stealing? Why are these judges, one, immune to charges? If you aided and abetted a criminal organization, wouldn't you be party to the charges? You know who aids and abets criminals more so than the criminals? American judges. Judges that we elect to office. They seem to be getting some sort of kickback from crime. It has to be, because there's no other explanation for this. Why are they constantly being released? Why are we constantly releasing organized crime individuals back into the streets? And when I say we, I mean specific judges. Why aren't we looking at these judges? Why aren't we charging these judges? Why aren't we stripping these judges of their titles, since they are way bigger of a cause for violence than firearms? Sometimes even the criminals themselves. They actually embolden the criminals to be criminals because they never have to face repercussions for their actions. But I want to, in an ironic way, show you the music video that this gentleman has created. Can we get better quality? Yeah. And we're going to see if we get a strike on our page for copyright infringement. And that's going to be irony because this guy is profiting from his crimes and receiving kickback from a major U.S. corporation, Alphabet Company, who owns YouTube, who owns Google. Let's see if it happens. We might be able to get away with this one, but let's play the music. I'll break it down for you and explain what's going on in it. Let's go. Make It Home by 213 Jugg God.
Yeah, this that Jugg music right here.
Jugg music. So he plays this music when he's jugging, and he's probably going to be talking about jugging in the music. And notice how they don't have the ing on the word jug.
Gonna hit the road and get a bag to this shit.
Hit the road and get a bag to this ish. He's making theme music for other jugging crews.
Yeah, out of state, Dodger Jakes,
out of state,
running with the Florida place. I done hit the road and got that money in by 40 states.
That's why the FBI is investigating him for other similar crimes. He is literally rapping about 40 states he's traveled to commit these types of crimes.
Niggas specialize in burglarizing, better guard yourself.
His people specialize in robbery, so you better guard yourself.
Laws come, we doing the dash, but we try.
He runs from police. Laws come, we doing the race. He races away from police.
I know boy the taste. Slow down, nigga, drive right. Put that bitch in cruise control. Let me know.
Slow down, drive right. Put the car in cruise control because they're usually drunk and high when they're driving, and they do a lot of swerving. They do a lot of what do they call it? The police call it something. I forgot what it's called. But they're constantly high and drunk, so they can't stay within the lines. So they always talk about putting the car in cruise control because they keep a consistent speed and make sure you're using your turn signals because they don't when they're drunk.
Cause we can't let you lose control. Road running every day. The next 2 weeks we staying gone. We out here getting this money. We just praying that we make it home.
So he's going to be in the next 2 weeks. He's talking about on the song. In the next 2 weeks, we out of here. We're on the road. We're going to be robbing. We got to make it home. We got to do it right.
Pop the window, grab a loaf. Damn, nigga, was taking long. Don't get up in my car acting all scared cause I'ma take you home. Wanna get a bag? I got some plays that I can take you on.
You want to get a bag? I got some plays that I can take you on. Plays, again, is interchangeable with jugging. A play is a jug. I've got a play. Okay, what's the play? I've got a score. I know that this bank has weak security. We can get down on the security guard. We can jug them. That's the play.
I can put a nigga in the call me for a week. I bet I make him strong. Show him how to make a bag. They know I'm the jug guard.
He's the jug god. He always got a play. He's always got a jug.
Believers out the jug when they was doing fraud. Call me Mr. Put It On. They know that I be staying clean. Got them playing banks. When I came home, they was playing machines.
I had them playing banks. Later on, they started playing machines. So what he's saying here is the jug used to be the banks themselves. It's not doing that anymore. Too much heat, too hard, not worth it. Now he's talking about hitting the machines, the bank machines, the ATMs.
Put up on their necks, yeah, these the new Alexander McQueen. And anytime
put the foot on their neck and say, yeah, he's the new Alexander McQueen. So he's bragging about making so much money from jugging that he can afford thousands of dollars sneakers. And when he does the robberies, he puts the sneaker on their necks. So when he presses them, he's got designer on. And he goes, yeah, these the new Alexander McQueens.
You see me on the scene, I got bands in my jeans. And if I go broke, then best believe it's a trick up my sleeve.
There's a trick up my sleeve. A jug. If he goes broke, he's got a trick. Again, these words are typically interchangeable. Jug, play, trick. All the same thing in this rap song. He's talking about he has a new jug. He has a new play. He has a trick up his sleeve.
Find a bitch to get the rental. Then you know it's time to leave.
And again, he gets the bitch to get a rental. There she is. I bet you she was the clean one that rented the car. We'll find out when the story breaks down even further in the future.
If you ain't trying to go get a bankroll, then you ain't my kind of breed. It's 150K up in this car, nigga. It ain't time to speed.
It's 150K up in this car. Man, it ain't time to speed.
Make sure you use your signal when your lane switching. When we get back with this money, we can hide in the plane engine.
That's all they talk about. Drunk and high.
Out of state, Dodger Jakes, running with the Florida place. I done hit the road and got that money in about 40 states. My niggas specialize in burglarizing, better guard your safe. Loud come, we doing the dash, but we trying to avoid the chase. Slow down, nigga, drive right. Put that bitch in cruise control. Let me know if you get tired, cause we can't let you lose control. Road running every day, the next 2 weeks we staying gone. We out here getting this money, we just praying that we make it home.
The irony. The lifestyle. This is it. Glamorizing it. All made possible by our judges. This very same judges that put on the smiling face and say they're hard on crime. Vote for me. I'm going to help you. I'm going to make your city safer. Vote for me so I get money. I get power. And then I can use that money. I can use that power to enrich myself, my family, give them a great lifestyle out in the suburbs while you stupid fools live in the city being victimized by the people I send there. Make it make sense. Why aren't we talking about these judges? Why is law enforcement in the same situation? Why does law enforcement know very damn well how the system works, knows that these judges are putting these guys back on the streets, and no one says anything? No one seems to care. I care. I'm sure you care. Let's continue talking about it. Make sure you share this video with your friends, your family. Post it on Twitter, Facebook. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe so you get more. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.